Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this quick little video regarding that segment from SmackDown. I can't remember a segment that has split the WWE Universe quite like this one has. Of course, we are talking about the Triple H 25-year anniversary segment from SmackDown. And a lot of people, including myself, really enjoyed it. Really liked the interaction between Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Seeing Shawn was great. And then, of course, you had those great FaceTime moments between Shawn and Steph and Ric Flair making an appearance. As well as that, we got some very funny video packages. Of course, there was that great little joke at the start. Triple H was about to spit the water, and you can't be doing that right now. So someone took his water away from him. And then, of course, seeing Vince. I mean, just seeing Vince is cool. You don't see Vince all that much, just a few times a year. So seeing Vince is always fun. But I do understand that large parts of this, certainly the Vince part, was kind of rambling. But we might now know why. Because apparently this went longer than was planned. And not only that, Vince is in a very different mood at the moment. So there's some very interesting news that's starting to come out about this segment. So let's start, shall we, with something that might surprise you. This was pre-recorded. This was not live. The rest of the show was live, but this segment was pre-recorded. Apparently, it was meant to run for 10 minutes. It actually went double that, which again might explain why parts of this felt a little bit rambling, because it was. It was meant to be half the length it actually ended up being. So yes, this was pre-recorded, but the bigger talking point is the mood that Vince is in. And we actually got a little hint on the conference call he did the other day, because he said on that call, this is a very different show. They are still trying to figure out, how do you do wrestling when there's no crowd? How do you present it? What stories do you tell? Where do you do your promos? How do you do the matches without the crowd interaction? He was full of praise for the wrestlers, but he was being very clear that the dip in ratings for Raw is because this is a very different product. You can't say wrestling is still going right now. Why are the ratings so bad? Because this is not a form of wrestling that any of us are used to seeing. So he has kind of already hinted that he feels this is very different, and they're still exploring as to how they're going to present the product in this kind of an environment. And so what you saw with that Triple H segment, and the fact it was pre-recorded, and the fact that they had Shawn and Vince came out, and they had those video packages, and they kind of used them in a very fun way. This is obviously them experimenting with how to present this kind of a segment. Because, of course, if this was in an arena, they would just bring Triple H out. They would bring out, some other famous legends. Maybe they would do the odd video package on the Titantron. But obviously the crowd would be a big part of this segment. And obviously they didn't feature. But this brings me to the main point of this video. Wrestlevotes, who I love, because they always seem to have some really juicy insider information. Wrestlevotes have got some good contacts. They were the first to tell us that Braun had replaced Roman at Wrestlemania. They've also been right on many other previous storylines and spoilers, so I definitely do trust that what I'm about to tell you has come from an insider within WWE. So you might find this quite interesting. So according to Wrestlevotes, you can see the tweet on screen, and it simply says, "Oh boy." Bro, what was that Vince beep last night? And they responded, That is what he has been like for the last 2 weeks or so. Think it's the pandemic, Mania cancelled, and XFL getting killed has finally got to him, and he's at the beep it part of it all. This is screw it, Vince, and it could be wild. So they're saying this is a very different Vince. This is a Vince who is trying different things and is literally just, let's go for it, do it. I remember reading actually that Triple H had asked Vince what did he want from the Boneyard match. And apparently Vince's reply for the Boneyard match was, don't know, just give me something good. So they're literally now going into uncharted waters. Even Vince is like, let's just go for it. And as you can see, there seems to be a degree of excitement there that what's to come could be good. And of course, we're seeing it with Money in the Bank as well. And the fact that that is being held inside the WWE headquarters. So not only have you got to climb the ladder, you've got to climb the building. You've got to work your way through the building, get to the roof, then climb the ladder to get the briefcase. So they really are throwing a lot of weird and wonderful things out there, and apparently that's not going to stop any time soon. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Did you enjoy that Triple H segment? What would you like to see them trying in the future? I'd love to know your thoughts. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully see you again next time. Bye for now.